Hi, I'm Justin, a senior DevOps engineer, and I work for a company that produces medical imaging software for hospitals and research institutes. And I give GitLab 4 out of 5 stars. Before using GitLab, we used Fabricator for code review and a server for Mercurial-based code storage. I chose GitLab for the company because we needed an all-in-one solution that allowed us to all work in a community platform, something that we could use for everything without having to build and maintain the plumbing between so many different services. I also liked that GitLab had an open source edition, while having an enterprise product. Having an open source edition means you get a lot of interesting contributions from community contributors, such as myself. For testing purposes, it's easy to get a GitLab environment set up. They have an all-in-one installer for the Omnibus edition of GitLab. It's basically just a single Linux package you can install on any server, or even a VM. Once you're online, getting started with GitLab is as complicated as you want it to be. GitLab can do a lot, but their documentation is generally very good at walking you through the basics of getting started. So, if you want to get started with something simple, like just having a code project, maybe running some CI/CD tests, they have great documentation on that. As well, they have a learning portal now that allows you to get access to some of their best training content and training videos all in one place. If you're thinking about using GitLab, bear in mind that GitLab's business model has changed a bit over the last couple of years. GitLab went public just recently, and that has brought about a slight change in their product direction. Previously, there were a lot of GitLab Ultimate features that kind of bubbled down to GitLab Premium customers like us over time. Officially, they say they can't really comment on public strategy, but I can tell you from experience, there's a lot less of that occurring. There's a lot that is getting in GitLab Ultimate and staying GitLab Ultimate. So if you're thinking that you'll see GitLab Ultimate stuff eventually come down to GitLab Premium, I wouldn't necessarily count on that. The other thing to bear in mind, too, is that certain GitLab teams, each product has its own different director and team lead, that sort of thing. Certain teams are very much overloaded right now. For instance, the packaging division is very, very overloaded. There are a lot of half-finished products they haven't been able to get through. Maybe you're not really worried about the packaging component. I would say the core teams are still working pretty well, but there are some parts of it, like packaging, that you should definitely ask about with your GitLab sales rep if you're concerned that you may not be able to get features that you want included in the product.